Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel. So instead of doing a full monthly reset video, I'm just going to do a monthly favorites video. I also just want to pre-warn you that I am still suffering from allergies, so I have tea again and I am stuffy and nasally. So if I sound weird in this video, just like the last one, that's why. So I'm gonna break all these favorites down into a couple different categories. I have quite a few to get through today, so let's just jump right into it. So we're gonna start off with movies and TV. So this month I watched the new Sofia Coppola movie, Priscilla. It did come out in 2023, but I finally was able to watch it because it was free, I believe, on Max or one of my streaming channels, and I absolutely loved it. I really like Sofia Coppola's films. I love the cinematography, the artistic camera angles. I love that some of her films don't have a lot of dialogue, and she really lets the film and the pictures and the cinematography really speak to the story. I love the color palettes, the fashion. Her films have always been a really big inspiration to me, and even just watching Priscilla gave me a lot of ideas and a lot of different things that I want to try to incorporate into my own videos. The movie, it is actually based on the book that Priscilla wrote, which was called Elvis and Me. I thought it was interesting to see Priscilla's perspective, especially since we just had another Elvis movie come out in 2023 as well. So both films were about Elvis and both perspectives were very, very different. I also really liked the fashion in Priscilla. Of course, it was perfect, which is completely normal for a Sofia Coppola film. It was a slower paced movie, so Kevin didn't really like it too much, but I appreciated it for the artistic capabilities of everybody involved in making that film, and I can't wait to watch it again. So moving into television, I reactivated my Starz membership because the TV show Mary and George just came out, and that's still airing on Starz. Mary and George is a historical drama about Mary Villers and George Villers. Mary is the mother and George is her son. Mary and George work together to entice King James of Scotland and England, and George ends up becoming one of King James's favorites and supposedly his lover. So that's what that TV show is about. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I believe we're on episode 3 and episode 4 will be coming out tomorrow. It comes out on Fridays. The show is quite raunchy. It is pretty heavy on the adult themes, but I am really enjoying it. I really like the costuming in that as well because it seems pretty historically accurate compared to a lot of other historical dramas. So I appreciate the efforts that go into any historical drama, TV show, or movie when they're trying to make things look period appropriate. So reactivating Starz also led me to rewatch The Serpent Queen, which is another historical drama about Catherine de Medici, who was the Queen of France and the mother of several kings of France. That show is also based on a book that I have not read, but I really enjoy that show. So that's another one of my favorite historical dramas that I tend to rewatch. So watching that show made me want to rewatch Reign. Okay, the camera angle might be different because I had a phone call come in that I had to take, so my apologies. But back to the monthly favorites, I was talking about the TV show Reign. So because I was watching The Serpent Queen, I decided I wanted to rewatch Reign, which is a TV show that I think came out on the CW a few years ago, like 10 years ago, quite a while ago. And it also involves Catherine de Medici, Mary, Queen of Scots, and Francis, who was Mary's husband and King of France. So Reign is not very historically accurate as far as the storyline, the plots, the costuming, and the show was designed for teenagers, so some of the themes within this show I would say are a little bit immature and kind of just like obsessing over relationships. I still think it's an interesting show. I really like the actress that plays Catherine de Medici. Her name is Megan Follows. She played Anne of Green Gables in a couple of the Anne of Green Gables movies when she was younger, and I just really love her character in that show, and I love her acting, so I primarily watch it for her. I have been on a bit of a historical drama kick lately as far as TV shows and movies, so that's what I've been watching in the month of April. So moving on to YouTubers, there's two YouTubers that I have been finding myself drawn to lately. The one is a newer YouTuber, and she really just blew up. Like, her first video got, I think, like 20 or 30,000 views. Her name is Lauren Louise, and I think she's also on Instagram as the Book Lady. I believe she started off as a Bookstagram book influencer on Instagram and then started incorporating long form videos on YouTube. She primarily does all vlogs, but I just love her style. I love the music that she uses. She uses this ambient music, and I just think her videos are so calming and so enjoyable to watch, and she has a very unique sense of style, and she just seems like an interesting person. So I really have been enjoying her videos and the way that she has been editing her videos. The other YouTuber that I have been watching is Molly Campsey. She's been on YouTube for quite some time, and she does have a very big following on Instagram. I think she's at almost 1 million Instagram followers right now, but she primarily does fashion videos on Instagram, and then on YouTube she does a lot of vlogs. And I have been watching her videos lately just because I really enjoy listening to her voice. She has a very calming voice, and I love her accent. She's from the UK, and as I mentioned in my last video, I'm an Anglophile, so I just love hearing the British accents, and I just think that the accent is just so calming. So I've been watching her videos. I really have been enjoying the content she's been putting out lately. Moving on to the next category is games and apps. So I normally do not play any games on my phone, but I had an ad come up for this game on Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, and I'm not feeling well and I'm bored, so I'm gonna download it and give it a try. So I downloaded Star Brew Cafe, and it is a merge game where you merge icons on a screen, and the atmosphere of the game is very whimsy, magical. There is a talking magical cat, and it's in a coffee shop, so it's just all the things that I like: coffee, magic, cats. It definitely has a lot of Sabrina Salem teenage witch vibes, which I think is kind of cool. So I have been playing that the last week or so just because I've been struggling with my allergies, so I haven't been doing a lot of cleaning or productive work. I've been trying to rest since I can't do too much, so that's something that I've just been enjoying. The other app that I downloaded is Pigment, which is a digital coloring book that I use on my iPad. I've only used this once, but I thought it was really enjoyable. It has a lot of different coloring book options that you can pick from. It has crayons, colored pencils, pens, markers, gouache, oil painting. It has lots of different mediums that you can use to color your digital coloring pages, so I've been using that at night sometimes, and it's just really relaxing and enjoyable. Moving on to the next category, and that is food. So last monthly reset, I said that I was making a lot of salads, and I am still really into my salad game. I made buffalo chicken and southwestern barbecue chicken salads for Kevin's birthday, and we've just been eating a lot of raw vegetables and greens lately because it's warm out and it's spring. So my other food favorite from this month was Kevin's birthday cake, and it's the Whole Foods berry chantilly cake. I am not lying to you when I say that this cake is one of the best cakes I have ever had in my entire life. It is so good. The icing layers of the cake have berries within it, and then the icing itself is just so good. I really like that it's not very sweet, because sometimes I feel like regular icing, like buttercream icing or cream cheese icing, is just too sweet and it's overwhelming. I don't get that feeling with this cake at all. It's so delicious. If you've never tried it and you have a Whole Foods in your area, I highly recommend giving that cake a try before it's gone for the season. So I have two favorite drinks from this past month. I have been making cold brew at home. I have a cold brew pitcher that's specially designed to make cold brew, and then I purchased purchase a cold brew blend from Atomic Coffee, and that's how I create my cold brew. I really like the vanilla sweet cream cold brew from Starbucks, so I decided to make it at home. So I just take heavy cream, milk, and vanilla extract, and I blend that together, and then I use my milk frother and pour that on top, and it's just delicious. It really does taste like the cold brew from Starbucks. The other drink that I've been really into this month is from Starbucks, and it is the lavender oat milk latte. I am a big fan of lavender, and I've had many lavender lattes from all sorts of different cafes, and I have to be honest and say that Starbucks is definitely the best. And when I first got the latte, I didn't want it to be the best because it was Starbucks, and I wanted to say that a local small business cafe had a better lavender latte, but I can't say that. I just think that Starbucks lavender latte has the best flavor, so I've been drinking that a lot this month. Anytime Kevin calls and says, hey, do you want me to get you a coffee? I'm like, yeah, get me that lavender latte from Starbucks. So that's definitely been one of my favorites this month as well. So next we're going to move on to physical objects. The first one is going to be my new camera, the Osmo Pocket 3. I did a review video on this camera, so if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you check that out after this one. The last Unemployed Diaries video, I used that pretty much entirely to film that whole video. I also took it outside with me on a walk, and I was really impressed with the quality of the camera and the image and the color of the camera being outside in the sunlight. So I'm really enjoying that camera so far, and I'm looking forward to making videos with it and incorporating it within my vlogs and the rest of the gear that I have. The next physical item is the new bed sheets that I got from Target. Somehow the bed sheets that I got when I originally did my bedroom makeover, I ripped a giant hole in the fitted sheet. So I went back to Target and got another set of sheets, and this set has flowers printed on it, and I think it's so cute, and the colors work with the rest of my bedroom. Kevin made a joke at Target that he knew I was going to buy the grandma sheets, but I don't really think it looks very grandma at all. I think it looks perfect for spring. It's cute, it's girly, and I think it looks really, really good in my bedroom. They're also really comfortable. They're heavier than the last sheets that I had on my bed, so I'm hoping they last longer and I don't rip a hole in this set of sheets. My favorite experience from this past month was going to Erie and staying with my friend and watching the eclipse. So Erie had 100% totality for the solar eclipse, which is why I traveled up there to stay with her. It was just such an awe-inspiring experience. We went to her brother's house to watch it and had like a little eclipse party, so that was pretty cool. It was just such a weird thing to experience. It's really hard to describe. In Erie, it did get really dark, and the spring peeper frogs started peeping. The birds got really quiet. There was a bat that was flying. It was just so weird to be outside and it getting darker so early in the day and getting colder. And then once the eclipse was finally in totality, it was just so cool to see the little circle from the moon and the sun merging, and we were even able to see these orange splotches, which I thought were solar flares when I originally was viewing it, but it turns out that they are not solar flares and they are something else. I can't remember what they were called, but I read an article about it, and in editing I will put what they are actually called up on the screen. But it was just so cool to see that and experience it. And my friend got eclipse mead from a local meadery, so during totality we all had like a little toast. So it was just a really awesome once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm so glad I was able to go up there and spend time with her, because I haven't seen her in a couple months and I've never been to Erie before, so it was cool to check out the lake and everything that Erie has to offer, and it was a really good experience. I'm happy that I was fortunate enough to know someone that lives in Erie, and it was nice enough to invite me to share that experience with them. So I'm adding a new category to my favorites, and it's gonna be called glimmers. So if you don't know what glimmers are, they are just little tiny micro moments of your day that inspire the feeling of joy, happiness, gratitude. So it can be seeing a rainbow, hearing your favorite song in the grocery store, noticing your favorite flower on a walk, hearing a specific bird, anything like that. So I'm just going to share my glimmers from this month with you. So this month I really just felt so much joy from all the spring blooms and my garden coming to life. My mint is starting to grow, the dill starting to spring up from its pot. So I just love seeing all of the flowers, the tulips, and everything come to life. The warm weather, the sun rising earlier and earlier. I have had so much more energy, and it's been so much easier to get out of bed in the morning knowing that the birds are chirping, the sun is out. I have been going for more walks, feeling the sun on my skin, hearing the bird song in the morning and in the evening throughout the day, seeing nature come back to life, watching all of the rabbits run around. So the signs and the coming of spring has just given me a lot of joy and gratitude this month. So I wanted to share that with you because I think we just get so caught up in all this crap that we forget to enjoy those little moments. And I think those little moments of just noticing nature and noticing what's going on around us and feeling different things within ourselves is what makes life worth living. And I think that is the best way to romanticize your life. So I just wanted to give everybody a reminder of that because I know that in a modern society, sometimes we lose sight of those little things in life that can really bring us joy and inspire moments of awe. That wraps up the monthly favorites for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because that really helps out my channel and it really means a lot to me. Let me know what your favorites are for the month of April in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.